And I wanted to let everybody know about this so y'all can be aware of the type of properties that are out there. That's the name of this this webinar today, is what types of properties are out there to buy. And as I hire my VAs and teach them to get out there and call facilities and talk to owners, and you get a couple of different types of owners when you call them. One of them is the one where they really have no idea what their property is worth, where their property is valued at. Like, they don't have any idea about cap rate. You find this a lot in like tertiary markets, and they just don't know what their property is worth. And so you're the one that gets to teach them and tell them what it's worth. All right. And I love these types of people because essentially they're really just like regular people like us. They haven't talked to a realtor. They haven't talked to a realtor about, whether or not they want to sell. In fact, most of the time, they haven't even thought about selling. Like, oh yeah, no, I haven't really thought about selling. But if you want to give me an offer, I'm interested in it. And this is something that we come across all the time. All right, all the time. And this is typically what happens in the tertiary market, and especially severely tertiary markets. So like very tertiary markets, right? And a tertiary market is really just country. Okay, so it's the towns that are in between all the other towns, right? So the little tiny towns in your state. Everybody has them. Everybody has tertiary market in all their states. Okay, and now as you get into the Northeast, obviously it's more densely populated. So, tertiary towns are going to be few and far between, but there is some areas where there are like tertiary markets. Areas where you would have to go outside of your comfort zone, or outside of the area that you typically search for a facility. Okay, these properties are really like the type of property that you're going to buy for your first deal. All right, there's nothing wrong with buying a facility that's like a smaller facility to just get your feet wet, or to get, I call it the muddy boots is what I call it, which is what my coach calls it, muddy boots. And it's just really kind of gets you into the game. And the truth is like you could hold on to that property for just a couple of years and sell it and make some money on it and 1031 exchange that into another property. And there's nothing wrong with doing that at all, right? A lot of people are really kind of scared to get into the commercial game because they feel like they have to have a lot of money. You have to be one of these like bigger players. And and you do hear in the investing world, in the storage investing world, you hear like, oh, you need to buy 30,000 square feet or more because it's just a waste of time if you don't, because it's the same amount of work with 30,000 versus 5,000 or 10,000, which may be true, right? But like not all of us can afford like 30,000 square feet of facility, right? So I always say there's nothing wrong with getting your foot in the door. There's nothing wrong with like going out and find like smaller facilities to learn and figure out how you're doing all this. This is what we do. That's what we've been doing, So, so anyways, yeah. So we have been finding many facilities that are smaller facilities. And in fact, we found a lot of like smaller facilities that are like even less than 50 units. All right. And so I get a lot of questions from my students like, would you buy this type of facility? And you guys can put into the chat what you guys think. If you found a facility that's like 30 units, would you buy this? Right now, obviously, if you've got like a lot of money, this may not be something that you're interested in. But if you don't have a lot of money, excuse me, then there's no reason to not be interested in something like this, especially if there's land to go with that property.